Welcome back to the Cut the Film podcast. I'm your host, James. We have with me today Kim right here. Say hello to the audience.
Hello.
Kim. We have Heaven in the corner right there.
Hello.
We have the notorious Richie right here.
Hello.
Hello.
Richie
Rocking
Loves.
the Michael Scott shirt. And then lastly we have Josh,
Josue.
also known as Josue.
Let's go.
That's for last, right?
No,
Yeah.
Josh, you were supposed to say hello.
Hello.
It's close enough. So how's everybody been doing? How's your week? How's your
Good,
week
good.
been?
Finally Friday. Weekend starts.
Anybody been watching anything interesting?
Yes.
What have you been watching, Josh?
Well, it's an old show, but Parks and Recs.
Parks and Recs?
I started watching Community too. Like on the 4th episode, and it's pretty kind of funny.
Is this your first time watching Parks and Recs?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Like I watched the couple episodes, and then I just stopped watching it. But like this time, I'm actually sitting through, and honestly, it's a hilarious show.
Remember when Leslie Knope dies?
Tom is the best for me.
Tom's your favorite character?
Tom's the favorite. After that, it's
Mine was Ron.
Ron is freaking hilarious.
Ron and then Andy.
I started losing with Andy
I mean,
once
he
he
does-
married. What's it called? I forgot. her name.
April?
April.
April's my favorite character.
April's your favorite. She's funny.
So you're a fan?
Yeah, I'm not as big a fan as Josh, but I watched the show.
Oh, but
no.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
You're a big
Office
fan?
for sure, always. I mean,
It's
she has the
Office and
shirt.
then it's
Yeah,
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Recs is up there. It's beating what's it called? How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah,
You
it
need to
does.
throw It's
I think
Always
it
Sunny
does.
into that mix.
It's
Sunny's
always sunny.
four.
I
in
haven't
California.
finished. I haven't
You
watched
We need
that
some
one.
more mean-spirited humor.
I need to
in
watch
there.
that. Yeah, I need to
Yeah,
watch
the
that. And then
show's
Eddie keeps
nice.
telling me Seinfeld. So
I finally saw it.
Is
I
it
watched
funny?
all of it. It's funny.
Yeah. Okay, I might
Does
give
it
it a
make my
try.
top 5?
Wait, Seinfeld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen a handful of
It might
episodes.
be
I have a
same.
hard time getting into it.
Oh, and aside from that, an anime that's already ending called Sword Art Online. Last episode is tomorrow. And I watched Train to Busan, the Peninsula. The
Oh,
second
you
part.
watched the sequel?
Oh, you saw
Yes, I got
yeah?
the sequel. Yeah.
Okay,
So you've seen both?
Yeah, so I
Who
saw
here has
both.
seen Train to Busan? The original one. You have? It's a
Girl
good-
on the train? What?
Yeah.
No. Train to
haven't
Busan
seen
is
that
it's a South Korean zombie movie. It's
Oh,
really good.
It's,
Okay.
really, it's on Netflix
Oh,
right now,
okay.
the first one. Yeah.
Got
I had
it.
to stream the
should
second one,
watch-
but the second one was
It was
dope.
like a big blockbuster
In Korea?
Yeah.
Oh, shocker.
Yeah, and they have a sequel out, and I wanted.
I thought it was pretty. I thought it got pretty
Okay, I'll
popular
watch
over
it.
here too.
It got,
Yeah,
got
it
pretty
got very
popular.
popular.
It
If
was one of
anything's
the
like,
most streamed.
what is it, like I Double?
It's a
I saw
zombie
the
movie.
devil.
They move like
It's
World
not-
War
no,
Z
it's-
zombies,
I saw the
but
devil.
This
they
is
just
a
look more
zombie
realistic.
movie.
Like
Yeah.
you'll trip out. You'll be like, oh shoot.
Okay, have any of you heard of I Saw the Devil?
Yeah.
Besides Kim.
I've heard of it, but I haven't
Oh,
seen
you
it.
loved it. I thought
Oh,
you didn't
yeah.
like it.
No.
All right, watch that movie. It's a revenge horror movie. It is one of the most brutal experiences you'll ever have. You'll feel shaken when it's over.
Is it English
Oh.
dub?
I don't do English dubs.
Sometimes I just don't want to read subtitles.
No, you have to on this one. It's
Get
fine.
over it.
Yeah,
Damn.
get over it.
So you
You'll
know,
be okay.
Learn to read.
Well, you must know I do a lot of reading because I watch anime.
Oh yeah.
Can't read.
So how was the Train to Busan sequel?
It was really
Peninsula?
good. Honestly, I
really good?
liked it. It was more entertaining than the first one.
You liked it more than the first
A
one?
little bit more. Yeah, storyline was a little bit better. It was just overall entertaining. Like I was just stuck on it the whole
Is it
time.
in English?
No.
It's
It's
English
That's the
with subtitles.
subtitles.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're just talking
Subtitles.
Koreans the whole time. But the way they go about like zombies is, you have the realistic look, but even though like if you saw the first one, whenever the zombies come to you, it's more of a fast forward motion.
Mhm.
They do that in this one too, and then there's like also drifting, but and
Interesting.
that's pretty dope. Actually, you guys should watch it if you guys get the chance. Overall, great. I do recommend that movie.
What about you, Richie? What you been watching?
Thinking about a Korean zombie movie, I watched it live.
Oh, how is it?
How is it?
It's pretty good.
Is it?
It's like a modern zombie movie because you use like technology and
Oh, really? And he's just trying to get out. Does he get out of the hotel?
As Dave Chappelle said, modern problems require modern solutions.
Hey,
makes sense.
It's a
Makes
good
sense.
one. Chappelle.
And it was English dubbed because I didn't feel like what I was like. I don't feel like reading subtitles there. So it's funny, you know. Like you ever watch like Rumble in the Bronx, like Jackie Chan's movie, and it's dubbed, and you could clearly tell it's
Yeah.
the mouth isn't following.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not bad.
I'm gonna watch it then.
What about you, Heaven?
What's the question? What have I been watching?
Yeah, what have you been watching?
Okay. So I've been watching a lot of Criminal Minds, which is a mistake on my part because I live by myself now. And so I'm like super sketched out whenever I'm walking from my car to my apartment. But that's just, I like to torture myself. And Umbrella Academy. I started rewatching. I don't know why.
Ooh.
I just did.
I finished
here we
watching the
are.
whole season 2.
Yeah.
It's good.
I haven't finished season
It's
2.
entertaining. You should watch
I'm
that
like
show.
season-
It's really
episode
good.
8.
I showed you the trailer for
I
it.
think you did.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
No.
I have one on you. Usually it's you who stumps me. You're like, Kevin, have you seen it? I'm like, no.
You got the first one.
Hey, you can't see everything.
You know?
You gotta
It's-
watch it though.
it's
It's,
hard to
fun
see
because it's
everything.
like a superhero movie. I mean, a superhero show.
Yeah.
But overall, like every character in there is just so disturbed by like their past that it's funny. It's really
Klaus
good.
is like
Klaus
my
is the-
absolute favorite person in
Yes,
the entire.
Klaus is the funniest. Yeah.
Gotta check this out. You guys seem to really like it.
No, it's like a,
Sounds
I
strange.
think it's a really
no,
good show.
honestly 5 is first.
What's
And
the
then
other
it's
thing you
Klaus.
said you
Yeah.
watched? CSI?
Criminal Minds.
Criminal
Criminal
Minds.
Minds. I
Mhm.
apologize. CSI. I was
No.
about to say CSI doesn't really.
It's
Okay,
the
so
same.
Criminal Minds.
Criminal Minds. I used to watch Unsolved Mysteries as a kid. I
Mhm.
know it's back on Netflix. I need to check it
Yeah,
out. That used
you
to
do.
keep me up all night.
Yeah, I
It
don't.
would
I
make
try
me
not to watch real
paranoid.
ones.
And I would be like checking in on my parents' room and my sister's room in the middle of the night to make sure.
Really?
nobody's- Yeah, I swear it was ridiculous. So I had to
Yeah.
stop watching that.
I watched the whole
Makes me
series. Like
paranoid.
I just took the whole night. I wasn't sleepy. I just had insomnia. So I watched the whole series. Like you said, that night I was just like, should I sleep? Should I not? Can I close my eyes?
What about
But-
you, Kim? What have you been watching?
Every Halloween movie I could find on demand.
Hey.
Do you mean like movies to watch around Halloween or the Halloween series?
No, well, everything, yeah.
Everything that's horror,
Yes.
basically. Okay.
So
What'd you
just
call
your-
me?
So you're basically getting into the horror movie season right now. with
Oh,
Oh
all
no,
that's
that.
I've
any
always
stuff.
been all I drive my boyfriend crazy because I'm like, I want to watch horror every single time. And he's like, okay. So yeah, we watch that all the time.
That's okay.
Halloween. Every Halloween there is, starting from the 1970s.
So which
Nice.
ones have you been watching? Movies have you been watching?
The one I don't know. I don't know why people don't like Season of the Witch. I kind of love it.
The third Halloween movie?
Oh yeah, I know it's
I've
bad
never
writing,
watched that
but
one.
like
the reason people
it's
don't
cool.
like Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is because it was a Halloween movie without Michael Myers, where John Carpenter decided that he didn't, after part 2, there was like, they don't want to continue that storyline, so he wanted to make Halloween an anthology series,
Mm-hmm.
and it confused people. And when people went and they didn't see Michael Myers, everybody was pretty upset. So the fourth one had to be called Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers.
it all
to
made sense
reassure-
when the fourth one came.
Yeah. So part 4 is actually
well, you have to.
part 3. And you know what? I don't think that was a bad idea, but if you were going to do like an anthology series, you would have had to have done that at the second one. Once you make a sequel following the same story, I feel like you can't do an
Yeah,
anthology
has to go
anymore.
back to either a prequel or
Yeah,
more fast
too
future.
late. So I think that's the reason why.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a long time. How is it rewatching it?
No, it's like every other week that I watch it, at least once a week.
You watch a movie once
Yes,
a week?
it's like my lullaby to sleep. My sister says I drive her crazy. Yeah. It's like like it's just like at 3 a.m. to be on.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it never comes off. And then I've been watching Trick or Treat. So
That's a good movie.
yes,
a good
I
movie.
love that movie.
You guys seen Trick or Treat?
Yeah,
And you have. I knew you
Yeah.
were Josh.
yeah.
Every
I was
week
actually
it's gonna
thinking
be the
of
same
getting him
movies for
tatted
me.
on but I don't
Who
know
Trick or Treat?
yet.
Sam?
Yeah, Sam.
Oh yeah,
The Trick or Treat is like an anthology Halloween.
but it's
horror
on its
movie.
own. It's like the first one
Yeah.
Yeah.
with its Sam, character.
I'm trying to remember.
So it's not just a horror movie.
No,
it's like a
it's-
Halloween movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the only
Horror
Halloween
Halloween.
movie that it's been like the most recent that's been the best.
Mhm.
Everything else is trash.
Everything else.
I feel. I mean, Hereditary was the first good one that we've seen, but everything else trash.
Witch is good.
Huh? The Witch was good, but it's in its own category. It's not in the Halloween category.
Yeah, you can't compare it to movies like that. So we're gonna get into something. I
I
know
bewitched thee.
we're gonna get to something. I know that you didn't watch this, but this is horror related, and you should check it out. Lovecraft Country. Who here has?
Oh,
seen
it is horror. I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
know
horror.
that.
Yeah, it's horror.
Okay.
It has pretty good horror aspects of it. It's a really good show.
So you watch it, Richie?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
What is it? It reminds me of just like Get Out a little bit.
You already
Of
figured
like
out?
a horror movie that has to do with race.
Race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
black
Okay.
themes. Okay.
Mhm.
What about you, Mr. Josh?
Yeah, I like it. I just caught up yesterday. I was watching it with my girl. The last episode I watched it yesterday with her, and honestly, it's a really good show. I mean, it likes to throw you off in so many aspects of it, but overall, I just like you said, it reminds me of Get Out. And honestly, the casting in it is really good
I don't
too.
think we can say it's as good as Get Out.
Oh no, it's not as good as Get
It's like-
Out. I mean, for sure,
But the acting is
The
really,
acting was good.
for sure, third episode is my favorite out of all. That whole ghost hunting, like the haunted house, that was trippy.
That was a good
That's what I was wondering. Is it like a different story every episode?
So the idea behind it is with it takes place in the all right. The writer H.P. Lovecraft is one of the most influential horror writers. Like was an influence on Stephen King. And like, have you ever heard of Cthulhu? It's like that monster that they.
I love Cthulhu.
Yeah, they they use Lovecraftian things in a lot of different horror movies and TV shows. Like he's pretty influential. Like anything that you see, like cosmic horror or aliens, or that movie, The Thing, that would be considered Lovecraftian, or that's actually a word. But he was considered like a brilliant literary genius, but he was very racist in real life, and he was particularly racist against black people. And his writings are really, really, really awful. So I think what makes this show interesting, it takes place in a world, I guess, where his creations actually existed. I guess he's not making it up. That's what I gather from it so far. But by making it an all-black cast and placing it in the 1950s and putting it at at the height of the civil rights movement, like not the height of it, but before when segregation was still a thing, I think it's kind of like celebrating H.P. Lovecraft's imagination, but like kind of a slap in his face for his racism by turning it all back on him.
Yeah.
And confronting the issue. So I think it's a pretty interesting.
It's very interesting
concept.
For sure. Can't wait for the next episode.
What do you think of it?
I don't like the show.
You don't
No?
like it?
I don't at all. And it's like I get where like the messages, I totally love that part of it, but I think the
purpose.
acting is so bad. Actually,
You don't like the
I
acting?
think it's terrible. Like
Interesting.
especially Journey. I don't know her last name. I can't think of it right now.
Yeah, Smollett.
Smollett. Yeah.
Is she related to?
Yes, that's her brother.
You think it's bad acting?
I think
What
she's
about-
a terrible actor, and I love her.
Oh, she
But I
kind
think-
of is, yeah.
Yeah,
I like to look at her though. I don't
She's
care.
pretty
She
good
is,
looking.
yeah.
she's beautiful.
Yeah, she is.
Okay,
But yeah,
did you
I
think
think
the lead who Jonathan Majors who plays Atticus, do you think he was bad?
I
He's annoying.
don't think he's as bad as she is.
So
annoying.
But I
she's the
don't think
worst
he's
in
great.
it.
hmm
I think he's good in the show.
He's
I-
good.
Her
He's good. He's
sister-
good at being annoying.
The
little girl?
person that plays her sister, I think she's great. She's a great actress.
Which
Feel
one?
it.
The piano
Big
player?
boob woman.
Yeah.
Big boom woman.
She's
I was going with the piano lady.
And in the third episode, I think the
remember
third
her name.
episode is actually pretty cool. And I'm not even gonna lie, that ghost like pulling the sheets off of her.
Oh, yeah.
Like that kind of fucked me up. I still think about it when I wake up in the middle of the night.
So there were
It's
there
been
were
done
some
now.
things.
Yo.
you liked
Yeah,
about it.
That
definitely
happened to
there
me
are
once.
parts. But like, okay, so I have a thing about. If you didn't know, I'm black, right? So I have a thing about movies that are that deal with race.
Exploiting.
I think
Yes.
sometimes I feel like that, and it's kind of
So
like
annoying.
it's uncomfortable for me
Okay.
sometimes just to watch like the way they portrayed it, and I'm like, I get it, but like,
Do you think
this
it's
is like a real
do you
thing?
think- is it just a portrayal of it because of what happened was awful in that era, or or is it the execution and the way that they portray it that bothers you?
I really can't
Because
say
it's-
which way it is for me. I just know that I don't feel like it's doing it justice. Like these people really like went. I obviously wasn't there,
Yeah.
but they really went through like a lot. And hearing stories like that, my grandmother or even my dad, who was born in '56, like their experiences. I don't know. I just feel like they
I
could
get
do
it.
it better.
So it's uncomfortable. To
Yeah.
listen to. I could get that because I get that content isn't for everybody. Because sometimes when people want to watch stuff, they want to escape. But yeah, I like it though. I could get that. It's definitely not for everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna keep watching it because I've started.
And there's nothing to watch right now.
Right.
too.
Hey, you never know. A lot of shows get better after the first couple of
True.
Yeah.
episodes.
Because really, episode 3 really was a good episode.
Yeah, it was really good. That thing
I
tripped me
really
out,
liked
too.
the ghost scene. In
When they were all
episode
holding
3,
hands, yeah,
holding
and then-
hands. I
yeah.
thought that was really creepy.
Yeah.
And
The way
different-
she looked too. I'm like
The
she looks-
deformities.
Yeah.
See,
like,
that part was awesome. I
The
thought she was doing so
deformities.
terrible. I was just like, oh, she's not
she was doing
believable
terrible.
at all.
Yeah. But it was just trippy seeing her get like
Yeah.
sucked out.
It was funny.
throughout the episode. But it was funny.
And I'm really upset that they killed off Uncle George.
I know. I was just talking. We were just talking about that.
Yeah, it's true.
yesterday too. Yeah.
Yeah, they kill off a major character fast. I really do like the show a lot. One thing that I find interesting about it, within 2 episodes, it seems to have like a season's worth of plot that's already happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
The way that the second episode climaxes is like how you would expect a whole season to climax.
Yeah.
I thought the rest of the season was going to be about them staying at that mansion,
Yeah.
exploring it, and instead,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
They-
I agree.
if you go
It's just
into
storytelling. It's
the
living in a book.
description,
It seems
Yeah.
like it's that kind of show. It's like you're living in a book, like where everything is actually real.
a lot
Anything that you
happening
never
in
expected to
every
be real
episode,
is actually real.
That's true. Well, like I went on IMDb to see like the description, and it's like them searching for
The
what is it,
dad.
Mortison?
Yeah.
The dad.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then they find him in the second
Montrose.
episode, and I'm like, Montrose.
That was fast.
I was like, wait, how'd they find him already? And they already got him out of there. Like,
Yeah.
like you said, I thought it was gonna be
It's,
like,
and I just come. Oh, I don't
Keeps,
even want to ruin it for
It keeps
people.
changing. It keeps changing what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so there's 4 episodes, right? I haven't seen
Yeah.
the 4th one.
True.
So Kim, we want you to check this show out.
Okay.
Next week we're gonna
Lovecraft?
ask, Lovecraft
Lovecraft
Country.
Country.
Okay.
I don't know what you're gonna think of it, but I think there's things about it you'll probably like.
Pick up and like, okay. I get bored if I lose interest in like in the first 15 minutes. I swear to God, I'll never look back.
Honestly, I'm like
I feel
that.
that.
I mean,
100%.
if it's somehow I watch the trailer and it catches my attention again, I'll try to give it another try.
Me too. If there's something else I find online that I did not see, I would go back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's the
I
only
mean,
time
that's
you
my
do.
only motivation. But other than that, honestly, I will give things a second chance by going on a review
Yeah.
on a movie on YouTube and seeing what they think and then seeing what another person thinks and another
Yeah.
person. And I'm like, okay, collecting my thoughts. I will give my
Look at it
final
in a different
resolution.
way.
Yeah.
After you see other
I'll think-
people's
yeah.
interpretations.
Because then, yeah, if it's obviously interesting to me, I'll latch on to it. But if it's not, it's
Yeah,
not
the
meant
best
to me.
person to do that is the director of this movie here, David Lynch.
Awesome.
Lost
Ooh,
Highway.
don't even get
All
me
of his
started.
movies are like nightmares.
Mm.
They're hard to understand and they might frustrate you at first, but if you think about it, some things start to make sense. And then when you go back and watch them, you start looking at them differently.
Yeah.
Kind of like Enemy. Like the
Okay.
movie Enemy. you
Blue
know?
Velvet.
Oh, Blue Velvet's a great movie.
hmm
I gotta show you guys some David Lynch.
Yeah.
be one of my
Eraserhead or A to
missions.
Z, like a YouTube video on A to Z. It's like
You're gonna hate me by the end of this.
oh, watch A to Z tonight,
Why?
girl. Yes, you'll be okay.
Why am I gonna hate you though?
Because his movies are like the best way I could
What
describe
other
it.
movies has he done?
He's done Mulholland Drive, which is with Naomi Watts, made her a star. He's done Blue Velvet, Eraserhead, the show Twin Peaks. Kind of a cult icon. He makes very strange.
what was
art.
his-
So are these all added to my
Biggest-
list of things?
Oh,
that
nice.
I'll
you
put it
want?
this way:
Yes.
Twin Peaks. He had a show called Twin
I mean,
Peaks.
I know the show. I've never watched it, but I know the show.
At its height, it had twice the viewership of Game of Thrones.
Wait, Twin Peaks.
Wow.
which one-
That's
wait,
how popular it was when it
That's
was
wild.
out. Which is
They started a good time. That's why.
yeah,
Twin Peaks. Let me check.
Twin Peaks. It is one of the weirdest shows ever. But I'm gonna introduce all you guys to David Lynch.
All right.
He's awesome.
I know what
Nightmares.
David
You'll love
Lynch
it.
is.
Isn't there a guy
Great.
named David Finch too?
What?
Oh, David Fincher's
See,
yeah.
I'm like,
Direct-
that's
Wait,
what I was
David
thinking
Fincher.
of.
All the Davids are dark. There's David Fincher who does Seven and Zodiac, and the girl with the dragon tattoo. Then there's
Ooh.
David
Wait,
Cronenberg who
what was
does
the
The
show again?
Fly.
Who does Girl on
Twin Peaks.
Girl on the
Twin
Train?
Peaks.
Girl on the Train. I don't think I saw that.
I feel
Ooh,
like
you'll
we-
love it.
Emily
You'll
Blunt,
love
right?
it.
Girl on the Train.
Is that
It's
with
really
Emily
good.
Blunt?
Okay, I have seen
Yes,
Twin Peaks.
Emily
I
Blunt.
haven't seen it.
It's
but
really good. You'll love
Emily
it.
Blunt's a good actress.
Girl
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Train. It's based on a book.
She's a good actress.
So she's drunk one day and she drinks a lot. She forgets what she does that night. So she wakes up in blood.
What?
That's all I'll say
Is
about
this
that.
is this a horror movie?
It is well, kind of. I
It's like
mean,
a
it
thriller?
is more of a thriller. Yeah.
DreamWorks was involved in producing this.
Okay, amazing.
DreamWorks
I
is
could
great.
see Shrek in
you
there.
just keep making my point.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to check this out.
You'll love it.
Girl
If I loved it,
on
you'll love
the
it.
Train.
Go on the train.
Reminds you like that the miniseries The Night of.
And it's
Night of-
amazing
On HBO.
acting. Oh my
Night of.
god.
Check
I
that
love
out.
it.
I gotta check
It's just
that
a
out.
great
Is that
movie.
a thriller too?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know what the
It's
Night of
basically
is.
that plot. Guy goes parties, gets drunk, wakes up with the girl dead next to him. Doesn't
Yeah, I
know what
never saw it,
happened.
but my friend, one of my friends, described
Damn.
the plot of that in
have
detail
to
to
watch
me
a lot
one
of
time.
shows.
I know.
It's a miniseries. It's like 6 or 7 episodes.
Give me a list after the show,
It's on
please.
on.
Text it to me,
We'll
please.
keep a master list of things that everybody has to watch.
Yeah.
Damn, it's gonna be
So-
a long list.
You're bad.
Since we were
Hey.
mentioned DreamWorks,
I work.
I have a question
I
for
can't
you.
watch this
Switch
sometimes.
this up. We're gonna go into animation, away from live action. What do you prefer? Which animation studio is better? Is it DreamWorks or is it Pixar? We're gonna start with Heaven.
I have a very. My answer is DreamWorks.
DreamWorks. Why
Very
DreamWorks?
quickly.
And why do you not have a heart?
I think I mentioned last week I don't like Pixar
Because it's
movies,
medical reason.
and I said I hated them all. That's not true. I like a couple of them, Coco and Brave being two of my favorite movies. But DreamWorks they have better movies. Kim mentioned earlier, before the cameras were rolling, I guess, but they're just more real. Like I feel it more.
Really?
Yeah.
I hear that. Interesting.
Sometimes I feel like a green ogre. Yes.
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yes.
Don't we all when we wake up in the morning sometimes?
That's what you
I
don't look in the
don't
mirror.
realize.
You just
Some of us feel like Lord Farquaad. All
Maybe-
the potential. All right.
Maybe it's because even as an adult, it still has a message,
That's
right?
very good, yeah.
Like there's a lot of
I mean, yeah,
things that you miss in a
innuendos.
DreamWorks
Yeah.
movie
Innuendos.
as a kid,
How
and
you
then
say
as
it?
an adult
Yeah.
you rewatch it and you're like, oh, that's hilarious. Why didn't I notice that before?
I
But
feel,
you know,
I feel
'cause
like
you're a
that
kid.
in most animated movies.
Really?
Doesn't matter. DreamWorks, Pixar, Disney.
I feel like
DreamWorks-
DreamWorks sneaks more adult humor into
Yeah.
what they're doing than Pixar.
I love
does.
it.
Pixar. Okay. So
That's why.
So you're just not a Pixar, but okay. So you are,
But I-
but you are a DreamWorks fan.
Yeah.
What's your favorite of their movies then?
B movie is my favorite.
B movie?
Yeah.
Over Shrek and Shrek 2?
Shrek is great. Don't get me wrong. Shrek 2, great.
Shrek 3.
I don't know.
Uh,
I don't know why. I
How
like
many Shreks were
movie.
there?
I can watch
4.
B movie
Four?
like over and over and
Yeah.
over
I love you,
again.
Daddy. I love you, Daddy.
So I'm assuming it is. What's your answer, Kim?
Oh, DreamWorks.
DreamWorks?
Yeah.
Why do you like
Like a-
DreamWorks?
Because I can relate to the characters in DreamWorks more than a fairy tale. That's never, you know what I mean?
It's super hilarious.
I don't live on a, like
So do you
near a
think-
castle.
Do you think the Pixar ones are too fantasy? Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. A little slow for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not moved by any.
No,
of
no,
them?
no.
No.
Mm-mm. I guess the short animation films, I'm super moved by them. I will cry. But like if it's more than an hour, you're losing my attention. I have ADHD.
So
We're
for
done.
something like this, you got to cut it after like 15 minutes.
Yeah, the same rule applies.
Okay. Okay.
You know what? I believe that. True. Actually, their shorts, every single one of them are great.
They catch my attention, but
Every
if you're
single
more than
one.
an hour explaining some bullshit about nothing, something that I'll never relate to you, like I'm done.
Damn. I've never. You guys are coming with the hot takes on Pixar. I've never seen this before.
That's good.
Fascinated. Glad to hear it though.
Mhm.
Glad to hear it. But we do hear it. That's what we
Do
do.
it.
All right. So
That's what they do.
let's go to the other side of the table.
Oh, this side has a
Guys.
heart, right?
Does this side have a heart?
No.
So
I don't know.
no-
it does not have a.
Oh,
it does not
oh.
have a-
Dude, he saw some
Okay,
Sounds
wait,
like
wait.
DreamWorks.
So far, it's 3 for DreamWorks out of 5.
Yeah.
This-
So we
I-
know what the next two answers are already.
I feel like this is so
the
rare.
only ones that think they got hearts. You guys got hearts. We got
I never
souls.
said.
Hey.
I never said I had
Yeah,
a
he
heart.
never
I'm
said.
asking if you have a heart.
No, I
I
told you. I don't got a
No,
heart. I
that
got a
doesn't mean that
soul.
I have one. You guys are like.
How can you relate to some toys?
Did you ever feel like a toy used and abused sometimes?
No.
Actually,
Used
it's
and
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, this is a no more than freaking movie.
used, abused, and then
Take
tossed in a corner.
take another
and
drink
to
for
be
that.
You know what?
Cheers.
Toys.
Thrown in the corner and forgotten once your usefulness has run out.
Shit.
It's
Okay.
It's childhood, man. Play with your toys and then they get thrown in the closet.
Dang, I
Never
guess
to be
that
seen
is,
again.
that is a great metaphor, I guess, for life, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's life. That's life.
That's life.
That
You
is
get
life. So
thrown
are-
out.
Are they a metaphor for senior citizens, the toys in Toy Story?
I guess they're a metaphor for us as
I
well.
need to stop. I'm going
He
to.
made
Yeah.
senior
No,
citizens.
that this is how deep it is. It's just people don't.
I
actually
guess,
see it that way.
Andy's mom was a
Yeah.
single mom too.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think that was a
That was
important part
deep.
of the story.
And usually Disney leaves the father out. So I feel like they're kind of following Disney in a way because they're like, fuck the father. I'm sorry, F the father. All the credit goes to the mom.
Down with the patriarchy.
That is true, but that's just one.
Not
more
really
power
though,
shown
because
there, too.
now that I think
'Cause,
about
you
it,
know,
there's a
moms
lot
are
of
the
father.
strongest.
No,
There's
there
some
is a
good
lot of
people-
father.
No,
I was
Don't
gonna say,
get
I feel
any
like the
credit.
mothers get cut out of Disney movies.
That's right.
more
You're right.
often.
Switch. Let's
I'm
switch
trying to
it.
think of Disney.
All right. So
The father dies in Lion King. Oh, that's Disney.
That's it. Yeah. Let's not go back to the 90s because.
Who brought this guy here?
In this thing.
Let's have a moment of
Who
silence.
brought this guy here?
all right. So it's DreamWorks for you.
That's DreamWorks for
So
me.
you too lack a heart.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do. Like I said, like Heaven said, there are movies that from Pixar that I do really enjoy myself too. Like I like Wall-E. Wall-E's freaking dope.
Oh yeah, the message is spot on.
I
Wall-E?
also- yeah,
I like
I
Wall-E.
like Monsters Inc. None of all movies disappointed.
Monsters,
You didn't
Inc.?
like Monsters?
Oh
Inc.?
my god, Adrenochrome. Yes, we love it.
And Bug's Life.
In A Bug's Life.
Yeah, but DreamWorks just has the old movies that I used to watch. Road to El Dorado was amazing to me.
I don't know
He-
anybody who's ever said that before.
You like
Dude,
the
that's
I like
Such
that.
a good movie.
I did like
Yeah.
that movie.
These are like
Such
the,
a
this
good
is the
movie.
hot take.
It
table
made me
right
want
now.
to like look for an actual
But
city of
I
gold.
didn't say
Right.
Pixar. I didn't say
I'm
DreamWorks
such a
was my
huge
choice.
conspiracy
Okay,
person.
I know.
that,
I haven't
like-
gotten to you. but- So now,
Oh,
Richie, the
no,
notorious
screw you.
Richie,
Know what you
is it
mean?
DreamWorks
Screw
or is it?
you.
Oh no. All right, let's go back. I want to let him finish. And then we'll get
No.
to you, Richie. No. Don't. I don't want to hear no crybaby stuff. Go on. Go on.
He's tired
No.
of shit, John.
No.
I know. I was gonna tell you what my favorite DreamWorks movie. is.
Okay, what is it?
Yeah, what is it?
Well, it was Road to El Dorado, Shrek for sure.
All right.
Shrek is great.
Oh, I would have said
Shrek,
my
Shrek is
favorite
number one.
movie.
No, Shrek is number one, but it is one of my most entertaining
I have a
ones.
favorite DreamWorks movie.
Madagascar was hilarious, and
Is it
Prince
so?
of Egypt.
So you consistently really like DreamWorks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Growing
This
up,
is
it was
they're
mostly
great.
those movies than
DreamWorks
Pixar
stands
movies.
here.
I mean, Toy Story. Don't get me wrong, one of my favorite movies for sure. But honestly, for me, entertaining and whatever I got to see when I was growing up was more DreamWorks movies more than Pixar.
He was
movies.
never played like a toy. Jimmy.
Wasn't used and
Oh
abused.
no,
He was-
trust me. Don't even get me started with that.
You have a
know?
Disney Pass?
No, I do not got a Disney Pass.
You don't?
No, I don't.
He got
Okay.
defensive when you,
You did
asked
get
that.
defensive.
But go see the look. He
Fuck
looked-
no, I don't got a
he was
Disney
recoiled.
Pass.
On to me,
DreamWorks, baby.
honestly,
Recoiled.
Disney is such a solid. I mean, the last time I went was Grand Night, and
Yeah,
don't get me
but-
wrong, I had fun, but that's because I was on drugs.
She's got a Disney Pass.
I do have a Disney
Yeah.
Pass.
All
But
right.
either way,
They
you still
both
pick
do.
DreamWorks.
Notorious Richie.
Well, I mean,
I do
that's
not
an
have a Disney
amusement
Pass.
park, so it's totally.
Do you
different.
prefer
The last
Pixar
time I
or
went was with that
DreamWorks?
guy. Huh?
Pixar or DreamWorks?
Pixar.
Why Pixar?
I've just seen more of the movies of Pixar. I don't think besides Shrek and the
The
How to
Road to
Train
El
Your
Dorado?
Dragon. I've seen that one, but that was like shown to me like as in school. I think.
I still watch that movie.
Despicable Me is a good one.
No, wait, is that Pixar?
Yeah.
No.
no,
No,
it's
that's
DreamWorks.
DreamWorks.
It's
I've just
DreamWorks.
seen more
Okay,
of
the
Pixar
only thing
movies.
DreamWorks has
Finding
dropped the
You know
ball
what?
on
Pixar had
Minions.
Inside Out, and that was actually a pretty good movie.
That's a good
Inside
movie.
That's a
Out.
great
Okay,
movie.
Sim.
Coco.
But you like general. You've liked.
I've liked Pixar. Yeah.
Do you like any of the DreamWorks movies?
Yeah. I don't discriminate.
Okay.
They're both good. We just had to pick a side. So
Yeah.
So,
I
And
went
there's
with
too many
Pixar.
DreamWorks.
And there's what?
Too many DreamWorks already.
all right.
Yeah,
Toy Story
Richie's
or
not a
Shrek?
sheep. What?
Toy Story or Shrek?
I'd say Toy Story.
Toy Story.
Except for I did not like Toy Story 4.
I,
Me
did it?
either.
I
I
did
didn't
not wanna
like
watch
that
it. I
either.
didn't.
Really?
I did not want to watch it.
I
I ended at
I
Toy
have
Story
to
3.
leave now. I don't know.
It was
This is
hey,
nuts.
hey, Toy Story.
You
Did
think
you like it?
Toy Story is better than
Andy
Shrek?
graduated that year. and I was
Yeah.
like, this is the.
I don't- I think you're in the minority.
Okay, there's a lot of
Toy
people
Story
who would say Toy
no.
Story is better.
And it was
Yeah.
better than
Those people are
Grand Night.
crazy.
Okay, I'm gonna. All right.
Hell yeah.
Toy Story is huge.
Hell yeah, man. Hey, hey,
Yeah.
hey.
Shrek is
Okay,
huge, but Toy Story is
okay,
bigger.
Shrek's big. I like
It's
Shrek.
bigger
but
for sure.
I
but
don't remember
it's not
anything
better.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't remember a lot of Shrek after the first one.
Do you know the
I didn't even know there were 4 of them. That's the first one.
I'm gonna say this: the
So
American Film Institute placed Toy Story on the list of 100 greatest films ever made, and
Oh,
Shrek
and it
did
is.
not make that
Really?
list.
I mean, whoever is
Pick
on
number
that
3,
board
my
of
lord.
picking, they're wrong.
And all,
Everyone, you can quote Shrek all day, and you cannot quote Toy Story.
there was a snake in my boots.
Okay, that's like
Who
it
says
though.
that though?
To infinity and beyond. Yeah, okay.
and beyond.
No one says that. No. I don't
Yeah,
say
no,
that.
I
like-
just said it.
What are you look- what-
I'm
what are
somebody's
you- what are you
song.
Like,
like-
that's if you're
What-
being
what are you
corny.
looking
like,
at,
you
you
can
hockey
quote
puck?
Shrek and be
About
funny.
used, abused, tossed to the side. You're not
Mr.
even
Potato
giving
Head's like,
credence
what are you
to
looking
your
at,
But
your
opinion.
that's
hockey
a
puck?
deeper consequence that we're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably more comedic because freaking what's his name was the main voice. You had Eddie
Mike
Murphy
Myers.
and you had Mike Myers.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure they're funnier than.
No,
Tim Allen
exactly my point.
Doesn't mean it's a better movie,
it's funnier.
or franchise.
I
It's
guess.
a better message.
Franchise-wise, Toy Story
Toy
for
Story?
sure.
No,
They both have different
Shrek
mess-
is a better message.
What is it? It's about being
That
yourself.
it's being
right?
beautiful inside and choosing, even if you have the choice to be beautiful outside, to really choose.
It's about inner beauty.
Yeah, inner
That's more
beauty.
about-
And that's all we need. What do you mean? For everyone, even our kids and, you know.
Such a hippie
Like,
kid.
Cole
I
said it,
do
Lord,
not
like
to
Cole
be a
said
toy,
it, love
okay?
yourself.
I am not going to
All
be compared
you
to a toy.
need
I don't think that's the message of
You
Toy
got
Story.
it.
What's the message of Toy
Oh,
Story?
You could love yours.
I have to call
Sorry,
But that's
Beatles.
the meaning of them.
the writer of
I love you, Cole.
Toy
Alright, so-
Story.
I'm gonna go with
Maybe it's being a
Pixar
child.
because there's more
Being a
movies
child.
overall that I like from Pixar than from DreamWorks.
Okay.
Aside from Shrek, I don't really care for DreamWorks movies that
Wild.
much.
Really?
I do like
Wild.
both of the Shrek movies a lot. Now, if
I feel like we're being attacked
yeah for,
Sorry, I feel really strongly
for
about
like the.
for sharing a common
We
opinion.
let you guys choose your side.
No, you can't have an opinion. On that.
Not in this day and
Doesn't
age.
sound like
Tell them,
2020.
I'll just drink
You're
this.
canceled.
You're canceled.
So, but
You're blacklisted.
I think all right. This is the big difference to me between the two companies. How I feel they make their movies or what their target audience is. I feel with Pixar, they try to make movies for kids, and for the kids that still are inside adults. They try to like get to your heart. So they try to
Aw,
do
you
both
got
at
a
the
heart.
same time. I feel like DreamWorks does something different where they try to almost
Where can I
entertain
buy
the
one?
kids and the adults separately
Mhm.
by like making a story for kids, but
Yeah.
making all the humor for
For
adults.
adults, yeah.
For adults. So if
Too
all
bad they're
if I
closed.
liked all of the movies as much as Shrek and Shrek 2,
Mhm.
I might pick DreamWorks. But since those are the only ones,
I feel like maybe you just
I'm
need to
gonna have to-
rewatch them, and then you'll feel differently.
Yeah, I know you haven't seen Toy Story in like 2 years.
I actually went on a Toy Story binge before I rewatched Toy Story.
Wait,
Before I
but how
watched Toy
long
Story
ago?
4.
That was
Less
2
than a
years
year
ago.
ago. Less than a year
well,
ago.
less than a year ago. It was
Less
a
than
year ago. So you're not polished enough to know that Shrek was on last Tuesday at 4 p.m. And
On
I watched
TBS?
it. Yes.
It's every DreamWorks.
It is more consistent
Is-
than Toy Story will ever be.
Is every DreamWorks like their
TBS, I guess.
their message is be yourself?
No.
Kung Fu
See, it's
Panda,
always a
be
great
yourself.
message.
Okay, B
Be
movie.
yourself.
Save
Be
the
yourself.
bees.
How
No,
dare
save the bees.
I don't think it will save the bees.
That is the
Yourself.
It's
that
okay.
is
It's okay
totally
not
the
to be
message
part
for-
of the
I mean,
the-
it's okay to be yourself,
Yeah.
yes, but like save the bees.
How to Train Your Dragon. Be
Listen,
yourself.
That's
I love this.
You know that Morgan
episode.
Freeman's a beekeeper?
no way.
Yeah, he's a
Is he?
beekeeper.
Does he fucking?
I don't know
narrate
why
everything?
that's
I love
He's
it.
relevant.
also
but
been
I-
dead for
No,
5
that's
years.
right.
What do you mean?
Morgan
What?
Freeman?
Yes.
Oh no, Cam.
Does he narrate? To
Is this
the
one of
bees
those, like,
too?
he's a
It's
clone
like,
right now?
today you
No.
will be.
Does he
I don't know. He's
narrate?
been he's been alive for what? 200 years?
Whoa.
Oh my God, Cam.
Like for real.
Morgan Freeman
That's
is a
fair.
national
They're vampires.
treasure, okay?
That-
How can I
that-
be slandering
That's
him
funny.
on
Now,
this podcast?
now you got me.
Black
thinking,
don't
man.
crack.
Hey, that's true.
Got
That's
the voice
true.
of God.
Yeah, I'm 79 years old. You would never know,
And you're shimmering.
right?
You're the siren, bro.
So
That's what they call that in English.
Was what was not Pixar?
Mm.
DreamWorks' first movie?
Oh,
Is it
that's a
World
good
El
question.
Dorado?
Shut up.
DreamWorks' first movie?
Damn, that's a good
It
question.
had to have been.
DreamWorks Animation, because they've also done some live action stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because if you want to count movies like American Beauty, I don't know if that's like
Ooh, let's put it in there.
it's not. That's not.
What a
actually.
great
Would that
message.
sway your opinion? on
Ants.
it?
Maybe. Well, then you go.
I don't know. That's
Well,
too
then it's
controversial
'cause
because
it's
it
Pixar
has,
joined Disney
it has
and
Kevin
Ants was the
Spacey
first one. That's
playing
animation.
Hey, Kevin
Ants.
Spacey.
pedophiles.
Ants is the first one?
It says Ants,
No, Kevin
1998.
Spacey
Oh,
sucked.
that role came after?
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
I feel like it's
No,
not as good.
Yes, he
no,
does.
Eldorado came out in 1998.
Talk about him.
too.
But Ants felt like
Another
He was a
episode.
great
Yeah,
actor.
Ants
Yeah.
was his first animation.
was the first one?
animated, yeah.
And it's a great
You're
movie.
right, Ants.
And honestly, I choose Bugs Life over Ants.
Whoa.
But that's a different topic.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to stop
Crazy.
talking about this. I'm gonna leave.
Ants
I
was a
quit
little-
right now.
a little iffy.
No,
Josh is
That's a
about
good
to
movie,
get
though.
smacked right now.
Can we do it after the episode?
Oh, I said he's about to get smacked and he got all happy. Did
Just
you
not-
see that? Can
Yeah,
we do it
I
after the episode?
Hey,
Oh.
I don't want you hitting this beautiful
Hey.
face. I don't
Not on
want.
camera.
I don't want to handle the next 45 minutes of this episode.
But after it's okay.
You're gonna see a couple of tears
Oh,
too,
man.
but
He's all smiling through it. It's gonna be awesome.
Hey,
Yeah.
you never know. Like,
Are you a masochist?
what is that?
I was gonna say the same thing.
Hey, I'm
It's a sadist. It's you know how a sadist is somebody who enjoys inflicting torture and pain on others. A masochist
Yeah,
like self.
Selfie? No, fuck no.
Okay,
I
just
hate.
checking.
oh,
That's what happens.
That's
for
what you
saying
get for
that.
talking about it.
Not you.
That's
getting
what I
it.
get for talking shit on this
My
podcast.
demons are going to you now. They're attacking you.
The first
Like,
time
you
he
leave me
talked
alone.
shit.
I got attacked by the Joker right now.
Joaquin.
For those of you who are just watching, the
Joaquin.
Joker poster of Joaquin Phoenix just
That's
leaped
how
at
you know
me.
he
Yeah,
did not
he
agree
jumped
with
off
you.
the
He's
wall.
looking with
Leaped at me.
disappointment.
Yeah.
He looks disgusted.
He
I'm gonna
doesn't
turn-
agree with
I'm
you.
gonna turn him around for now. I'm turning him around for now, and we're gonna continue with this.
Okay.
So we're moving on from kids movies animation.
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
gonna move on to adult entertainment that is about kids and about
Hey, hold on.
no.
Hey, come on.
Adults.
Hey,
Richie.
All right.
you're the one that said it.
All right, so we're going to talk about. I'm losing my train of thought. We're going to talk about movies about growing up, movies about adolescence, movies about the challenges of growing up. What are some of the best ones?
Movies?
Yeah. What do you think are some of the best? We'll start with Kim.
Okay, I like
know.
13
Why do you like 13?
because Nikki Reed
Okay.
She's amazing.
and Evan Rachel Woods. They're just great actors, and honestly, I was like that at 13. Not super like that, but I
Really?
was at least half like that. Yes, I was a bad little 13-year-old.
So you were cray cray in the hey hey?
Oh yeah. So I feel like it's really relatable, and you can't be like that. So you have to kind of get back. Your friends can't influence you, because then you'll be held back like her. I never been held back, but shit won't be good if you follow in these bad footsteps.
What are some of your favorite movies about like growing up, adolescence, teen years, struggles?
13 was great. I agree with Kim. Also, Degrassi was like a show that I watched like
did
all of
watch
my
that too.
adolescence.
Me too. I watched it
And-
today.
That's a
So
show?
did I.
And it was like,
Degrassi.
it
No,
was
Are we talking
relatable.
movies and shows?
With Drake?
Yeah, movies and
Oh,
shows.
okay,
We could,
okay.
yeah.
Aubrey Graham.
Aubrey
I'm
Graham.
sorry.
Drake.
Jimmy?
Yeah.
Jimmy. he used
yeah,
to play
so that
guitar
was
on
it.
that show. He
Jiminy.
was in a
He
band.
got shot.
And then he got shot.
And then he
By
was
that
in a
creep.
wheelchair.
Oh, I love the
Sad
creep.
story.
Actually,
You know,
I loved him.
like you had a crush
Rick?
on him?
No, I didn't have a crush on him.
I
I thought I understood him.
So I always thought that like over the years I used to watch Degrassi growing up. Me and my sister used to watch that, but at the time I never really heard people talking about that show. But as I've grown
Really?
older, it seems like everybody was watching it, or maybe
Yeah.
you're just not talking. So everybody.
No,
here
it's
grew up
because
with
when
that.
Drake got big, that's when they started watching it.
No, I watched it way before.
I
that.
watched- I
when
watched
he-
it
back
like
when he
20
was
years ago.
actually
Like-
Aubrey Graham.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it was like
I don't
sophomore
know.
year
Yeah.
when I started watching that.
Really?
Why?
Yeah.
I was
You
like
watching
watching
your
it
sophomore
when I
year?
was like,
Yeah.
I was way younger.
Yeah,
when
I was gonna
watched
say I
it.
middle
started
school.
watching it when I was
Honestly,
in
my
like
English teacher was
elementary.
just like,
I watched it like when I was
very
like 13.
entertaining. So I was like,
But
let me just
I'm-
watch. And I was like, oh, damn, okay.
I think the show did a good job of tackling serious issues, the challenges of growing up. I think it was
You didn't go to
realistic.
VSP, huh?
It's
Yeah.
always been
You went to
realistic,
BP?
even in the
For
80s.
sure.
Though
I know.
there was
Yeah.
always realistic.
And
I
just
don't
to be
remember watching it in high
so
school.
just so
No.
everybody's aware, just you brought up an interesting point. People, when they think of Degrassi, they think of what's actually called Degrassi, the Next Generation.
But
Mhm.
it's not.
That's the iteration with Drake.
right.
Yeah.
He wasn't Drake back then.
Oh, so you saw the.
No, that's the one I watched. But there
Okay.
was one
There was an
before
original.
Yeah,
that.
there was two
about
actually.
who
It was
lives in-
Degrassi High School and Degrassi Middle School.
Where some of
And
like
there
the
was-
teachers
they
were
were
in it, right?
yeah.
When they
Yeah.
were kids.
Yeah, so like
I don't
who was
know.
it? Snake.
Snake.
Snake, yeah.
He was one of the original characters
Mhm.
as a kid. So like a
Mhm.
lot of the some of the teachers and the parents on that show are like
Yeah, I
returning
remember
to those
that.
Like
roles.
Emma's dad, you know
Yeah.
Emma.
Mhm.
Her dad was actually like on acid and went like on a like railroad track and got ran over,
What the
and he
hell?
had like damaged his brain. She met him like she went with Craig one day and she met him out in his like mental like she thought he was a doctor. He ended up
Oh,
being like
damn.
a patient,
Oh wow.
and she found out
Right.
that her dad was like mentally retarded.
I don't remember any of their names besides Jimmy.
I
Really?
really liked it. I thought it was realistic. I liked the way that they dealt with different issues. It was a heavy show.
It was.
And the messages, it seemed like they were trying to impart positive messages on the audience. It's like as a comparison, like who here has seen the movie Kids?
I have not.
Kids from
I
1995.
saw it, but it was a long time ago.
It's Rosario Dawson's first movie.
Oh.
So that's how she got discovered. But the movie Kids, I'll be honest with you, I don't like it because I actually think it's actually difficult to sit through because of the way that the characters are so awful that I end up pissed off every time I watch that movie.
Really?
Yeah, that
New
movie
Yorkers.
makes me angry.
It's good New Yorkers.
The way those kids act and the way that they treat other people, the things that they do are absolutely terrible.
But it's real.
But it's real. I kind of feel like Degrassi tackles some of the same issues that kids did, but didn't made it feel so wrong or exploitative. I don't know how it felt like kids.
Because it was on a paid programming. That's
It
what
That's
was,
true.
Damn, I forgot. What
And then
it
again,
was.
I think Kids was designed to scare adults to say this is what your kids are up to.
Yeah.
And Degrassi was designed for kids to
Honestly,
you know,
the
how
whole
to act
exploitation.
better.
Yeah.
See, so I got a different one aside from Degrassi, but that one's more like graphic in that aspect of you said the exploitation of like
Yeah.
them actually doing drugs, them
And-
actually having sex. Like for me, Skins is one of like
I haven't
Bo-
seen Skins,
both
but
English
I
and
heard,
both the European, not
UK
the
version.
UK version.
Yeah.
Like the UK version is for sure more extreme than what the English version is. But
Isn't
that's just 'cause
this,
they got
that
no
show on
filter.
HBO Euphoria like that also?
Yeah.
I didn't watch it.
I
Okay.
heard that, but I haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
Does
But
anybody
my
here
friends
watch the
watch it.
Euphoria?
The show Euphoria?
Yeah.
Yeah. With
Okay,
Zendaya, right?
do you,
Yeah.
do you
Yeah.
think they're doing it seriously or do you think it's trashy? Because I've heard some people complain that they tackle serious
It's in between
issues.
both.
It's in between.
In between both, yeah. I mean, overall, the aspect of when they go into Euphoria, it's just like a little bit more realistic than what Skins is. Like Skins is just a little bit over dramatic, where you get to see
Well, it's
that.
on MTV and the other one
Yeah.
was on the M.
Yeah, so
Right.
the other one is just more like when they're actually like doing like when she's on her trips,
Mhm.
like you actually like they make you feel what she's feeling like throughout the show, like just the way the camera angles are, the way like they follow her, like it makes it more like interesting in that fact. So I mean, honestly, Euphoria I would say is one of my top ones. Zendaya kills it as I forgot what her name is in the show, but she kills it. Yeah, Euphoria is dope.
Okay.
But I like that aspect because honestly, it's like we have all done bad shit.
Yeah, of course, it's part of
you
growing
know?
up. It's
Mhm.
part of
It's-
growing up.
yeah, I mean the good
Even
thing,
at 11, like even at 13, you
Mhm.
know?
I mean
Same.
everyone starts at their aspect, but I mean we're all who we are now, and overall that's what matters. You know, like as long as we're doing what's right and whatever we're doing to keep ourselves alive, like might as well. You know,
Is
still
there any-
fun to do sometimes.
Are there any ones that you like?
Still act
I
like
don't
that.
remember. Like I did watch
You guys could
Degrassi.
see.
Every
I did
other
watch
Saturday,
Kids,
alright.
but that was so long ago that
Damn, I haven't had that Saturday in a while.
I probably didn't get that.
Oh, we
I
had-
probably saw it like young. 'Cause I have older brother, so
Okay, so I don't know if anybody's gonna laugh at me for this one. Do you think The Breakfast Club falls into that category? I know there's a lot of cheesy stuff in it, but they do have.
I was
I
gonna say
think it's-
Superbad.
It's a coming of age
Superbad's a
story.
good one.
It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
corny.
but not
It's
all
corny.
of it's. I think there's
Yeah.
a lot of parts that are corny, but there are parts about it.
It's
around
more
it that are pretty
comedic than anything.
serious.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
yeah.
I
But like
guess.
you said, is as long as
so
it like
whatever's coming of age, then so it's like Superbad's coming of age.
But it's like
Yeah, I guess
I
it
mean,
would be
it
a
is.
coming
It's
of
just a
age
like a
It's
comedic
it's just every
version.
movie about growing up, but it's just in that a different aspect.
I
like,
feel like Superbad concentrates more on like the comedy of it, where like something like Kids or Degrassi is more about the
yeah,
Serious.
the
Yeah.
actual,
serious
yeah,
parts of growing up.
they execute that
For sure.
topic much more fluently than what other.
Pretty sure I have seen.
shows
I
have.
just can't think of anything. Show or movie.
Yeah, I think
Superbad.
for me, I think Kids might be the best one, even though I don't like it. Like it's one of those movies where I think it's actually a great movie.
Mhm.
Like I could see the acting is good and it's effective and it's supposed to piss you off, and it does piss me off. So I can't say it's bad.
Mhm.
It's just not.
That's how you know it's always a good movie.
Enjoyable.
If it gives you some sense of feeling, like you know that's a good movie because it grasps you. Even if you don't feel it entertaining, like if you get to that feeling, you know it's good.
It's
sometimes.
just the way that the teenagers in that movie, they take advantage of like 12, 13-year-old girls, older teenagers doing that. Some of that stuff is a little bit uncomfortable, and the way that they linger on it. And I get that. There's a part of me that feels like with Kids, they could have handled it a little bit better than they did. I mean, I was like, I get what you're going for, but I think you could have been slightly less trashy. Just a little bit and still.
Mhm.
Like showing the actual like rapes
Yeah.
and stuff. Is
Well,
that what
you remember it opens up with what's that kid, Telly?
Mm-hmm.
He's making out with that girl that she looks like a little girl.
Oh yeah,
That scene goes on way too long.
Yeah.
It makes me uncomfortable actually watching it.
yeah.
Is it a movie you recommend for us to watch?
Oh, watch it.
I'm sorry, I
Oh.
cannot
Yeah,
watch
you
this
have to
movie
watch it.
just based off of the last
No.
5 seconds of this conversation. I'm not watching. this.
Rosario Dawson. Mm-hmm,
She's good in the show. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
the movie.
Yeah.
She's really good.
She's my favorite actress
I'll
ever.
watch it. She's really good act. Yeah, she's a really
Like
good
in
actress.
Death Proof. No, wait.
I'm gonna
Death Proof.
Take
She is
take
in
notes,
Death Proof.
Josh,
Huh?
and I'll just
And
read your
Clerks.
notes.
And Clerks.
No, no.
And Sin City.
Watch me say I did not make it past the
And
first.
Rent. She's in Rent too.
Rent?
Mhm.
I've never seen Rent.
Oh my god.
Oh, I've never
I've
seen Rent
heard
either.
the soundtrack many, many times.
You've heard the soundtrack?
But I've never seen
it.
Yeah. A lot of good ones. So here's another interesting thing I wanted to bring up. So, have you guys heard of that documentary that's on Netflix right now called Cuties?
I have heard
No.
about.
It's not a
it.
documentary. It's
I've been
actually
hearing
It's a movie.
lot.
Oh, I thought it was a documentary.
No, it's a movie.
I've heard bad things.
I've been
Okay,
hearing
so
a lot of bad things.
It's 2020. It came out this year. It's a French coming of age comedy drama film.
Oh, it's a French movie?
Yeah,
Yes.
written directed by a French. I'm sorry if I mispronounce these things. French Senegalese woman. This is her feature directorial debut. And from what I understand, there was a lot of controversy about this movie because Netflix advertised it in a way that looked really awful. And it was actually a really tasteless ad campaign where they highlighted, like, it seemed like they were advertising the fact that there's kids in this little girls in this movie who are dressed scantily clad, and kind of like played up that angle and made it look, the ads looked a little bit like exploitation. It was kind of wrong.
Mhm.
But from what I understand, and I haven't seen the movie, but from what I've read, the movie is not how they advertised it. That this is actually a serious movie. That it's about how children are exploited. Like the movie is supposed to be criticizing that. And I know movies like have you ever seen Little Miss Sunshine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember? There's a scene in it that's where the little girl's acting very inappropriately, but there's a reason it's going on.
Mhm.
I think if you could have taken that moment, put it in a poster, and misrepresented that movie and caused a lot of controversy. So,
Yeah.
what do you think of this?
Especially nowadays.
What do you think of this?
I watched it. I liked it.
So you thought
I
it was a
get
good
it. It was
movie?
kind of like 13. Like, you know, like
Okay.
it's meant for girls to watch. It's not meant for guys to watch or a 33-year-old pedophile. Like, that wasn't the message. It's the message that, like, little kids are being subjected to, like, you know, the Super Bowl or anything. Like, little girls, you know? And it's like, it goes any age. And they're, you know, copying these moves and copying these things. And we really need to pay attention more. I feel.
Okay.
Mm.
And, you know, like, I feel like Americans are just exploitative. And
So, do you think
That's
it's
true.
ironic that Netflix ad campaign does
No.
exactly what this movie is?
no, Americans are
criticizing?
sick. Like, I get why the outrage is from. But
Mhm.
I
But it should
honestly
be
watching
placed on
it,
Netflix,
yeah,
though.
it's for girls. It's like a girls movie and like kind of teaching you a lesson on how like that's not a way to be. You can't be like that. You don't understand it. You don't know sex. You don't know anything about anything.
Especially now since social
No,
media is
you
such a
need
big
to-
platform.
and
for
it's
everybody
so
to
it's
just
so
do what they
like
wanna
it's
do.
so what is it disturbing that you're just like, wow, like if I have a little girl, oh, I don't want a little girl now. Like it is so hard to keep them away from watching like videos or anything, YouTube, TikTok, anything.
Bad influences.
Yeah, and you need to, you know, keep an eye on that because everyone's being exploited. The little girls are learning how, like, you know, taking your clothes off
Yeah.
gets you things from guys, and that's what they're doing in the movie.
Overall, that's just what it's been in the
So-
media so long. It's just sex sells. You know, that's why everyone does what
So
they
now,
do. and it's
guess
just
what? Now these little girls are doing it, and you know, it's very disturbing.
So you don't think it'd be a beneficial movie for everyone to watch?
So you don't think I should watch it? Is what you're saying?
I mean, you can like if you're. I mean, I told.
This
I-
is being open minded.
I would
yeah,
watch
have
it-
an open
I- no,
mind.
I would
Don't
watch
think
it
like,
from a
oh, it's
mature point
gonna
of
be
view.
disturbing. Like I told my boyfriend, like if you watch it, you're gonna be disturbed and like be like, oh, I'm gonna turn this off. No, it's meant for a girl to watch it. It's kind of like a, you know, a sex like, you know, sex ed thing. Like if you do this, you're gonna. These are the consequences.
just a much realistic life lesson.
Yes,
to
stay in
what
your
it
religious.
is.
And at the end, there's a good message. Like she was back to, you know, jump roping on the side of the street. She cried. She shook.
Being a
Like
kid
she
again.
was, yeah, she was
It's
over
just
it.
finding your innocence.
Yes, finding your innocence, like, you know, dabbling in whatever, you know, something she shouldn't have. And then,
It's a ghost.
oh no. But anyway, I feel like it was a good movie. I liked it. It was okay. It was B. It was like B, but I get, like, it sucks for the director. She's, like, barely coming out.
Mm.
And
That's what I feel
get
bad for
Yeah.
the
Netflix.
director.
But if it's that
Screw them
impactful,
over.
you know, it, like she made a mark in what it
But
is.
it's-
Even though it's
I-
like a bad backlash at the moment, like
I-
she's still gonna be
in the wrong
known.
time, I feel.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
wrong time
Yeah.
era.
And
Of course.
I really
In America. Like, do not take that into America. You know what I mean?
I don't see how Netflix could not have seen how that was never going to be a good idea. I mean, don't you think if you were sitting in the room, if you saw that, you would have been like, I don't know if that's a good way to advertise this movie.
You wouldn't want to watch it.
Like who let that slip by? Is my question.
The pedophile. That's who did it.
Got to be careful there. Yeah, but I mean,
There's too many around us, like, you know, and so that has to be known too.
yeah.
That
And
is
I
true.
mean,
I just feel bad because it seems like this is supposed to be a serious movie, and it feels like this director is being slammed, and like her name is being dragged through the ground, and now she's like a pedophile film to most people
Mm-hmm.
because Netflix was irresponsible in their marketing
in the way they
campaign.
did.
Right.
And that sucks if you're a filmmaker trying to make it into the biz to be misrepresented by
Yeah,
that.
no, of course.
Because even if we know that that's not real, it doesn't matter. People online see it. People don't have
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
or don't care to like
Yeah.
really learn. They just,
they just
hear
go
it,
by
sees
their
it, and they're
opinion.
Like,
No,
cancel it.
It's bad.
I'm
it's
like,
awful.
wow, how does it feel to be a sheeple? Like, I cannot.
Yeah.
You know, like you just follow what everyone else is doing. You really need to do your own research and then come up with like a better solution.
That's
Yeah.
what people should actually
like,
research before
are you
they
really
talk.
that dumb? Like, can you look at someone and see like their decision making from that?
So do you think it's okay for males to watch if they're
There,
interested?
yeah, I mean, if you know that it's like it's
What it
for
is.
education, you know what I mean. Like if you have girls, like you want to watch a good movie, I guess. I mean,
Make them more overprotective.
so you could freaking be overprotective because like
Would you
Yeah.
guys be interested in checking it out? You can be honest.
Not really, no.
Not really. That's okay.
I mean, I've been on Netflix. I'm on Netflix every day.
oh, just watch
and
it
it's
with your
not a-
girlfriend, and she'll be like, "Oh my god." Lord,
no, that
Jesus.
is not going to be a good idea.
No, I watched it. I
You
watched
could-
it alone, so I was just
Yeah,
like,
that's
you know. And then
why,
after,
so-
I told my boyfriend like, "This is what happened." Like, I don't
Yeah,
really think
see,
it's
so
bad.
I'll wait for her to
I
watch
think
it
it's bad,
before
like
she
the you know, kind of like if you're a pedophile, it's bad.
No, of course.
But if you're, I mean, I wore those kind of clothes when I was 11. I mean, because I used to do cheer and I
Yeah.
need, you know, the spandex and it was
Yeah.
like a halter top with a tiny
Yeah.
skirt. I wore that, so
Yeah.
I get it. But and the
Like you said,
movements,
it's very
you can't really
uncomfortable,
judge.
but it's just
Yeah,
the
I shouldn't have
generation
been
we're
doing that,
living
but
in,
I was
even
gonna
though
say,
you still see
I was
it, like, if you
protected.
go
I
to
never
the
got
mall.
like, you know, touched like that, like in cheer. Like I just did what it was cute, and that was it.
Yeah.
Do you think
I went
then
home.
it's like such an outrage, like an uproar right now because of the political climate of like the Save the Children, everything that's going on right
Yeah,
now?
Yeah,
I think
that's
it
right.
was
Like
Yeah.
if this
That's
movie
why it
was
very
made back
bad
in
marketing.
1990, would people be as upset about
I think
it?
people would have been upset, but
More people
not
would
to
like
the
actually
5
same
years ago.
degree.
Even like if
Do
you
you
were
think
made
it
5
would
years ago,
do you think it would spark a
Yeah.
bigger controversy than I would have done now?
No, I think if it was 2 years ago, it would not cause this.
Really?
Mhm.
No,
Okay.
I
because
think there would have
everyone
been
just
some kind of backlash.
I
but it
guess
would have been
with us,
smaller.
yes, we would
Smaller,
have been
it
like the
would- yeah.
few that were talking about it. But
Yeah.
everyone is talking about it right now because of all the things that are going on, and
Mhm.
you know, no one has nothing. They don't have anything to do but go on the news and watch
True.
what someone else is saying. You don't like try to open your mind to other things and like
Yeah.
do your own research about things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always do your own research. folks.
Always do your
Even though
own
that's what, even though
research.
social media is bad, it's good for you
You
because you
can't-
actually see what the realistic point of view of whatever you're actually trying
Yeah,
to do.
but
'Cause
then
the
if you
news is
look
gonna
outside
black
the
something.
box, you
Yeah,
see
no, of
what is
course.
right and what
even
is.
though it's bad to just record it, but even though you're still seeing it as like if it happens, you know what you're gonna do.
Mhm.
It's either you're gonna be that person that's gonna step away from it, or you're gonna be that person that actually takes action.
Right.
So we're moving towards the end. So we're gonna go on to something a little light in the moment, light in the mood before we leave. Are there any Walking Dead fans at the table?
me. Damn, am I
I
the
used to
only
be
one?
one.
Damn,
I used to
feel
be.
so bad.
on
man.
the 5th, 6th season.
You're on the 5th or 6th season. What
No,
about
like,
you?
I
Kim?
stopped
Do you
it.
like it?
Mm-mm. I mean, I get it, but like whenever some people watch like something's trending, I always don't watch it. Like even like when Will Ferrell was big, I never watched his movies because I was like, oh, everyone is watching it.
Yeah.
Now I
So
will
you're
watch
a
his
hipster.
movies.
yeah.
I guess, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. No, that's
An
that's
uptown
how I am with
hipster,
movies, too.
uptown
Like,
Whittier
if it's
hipster.
popular, if it's something, I'll just be like, I'm not gonna hate on it. I'm not gonna give whatever. Like
Yeah.
if somebody asks
You're
me,
a
to be like,
chipster.
I'm not watching. I haven't watched it.
I'll watch what's
but then
there,
like, once it
but
catches my attention, I'll
Chicano
watch it. I'll be
hipster, there
like,
you
It's a
go.
"Alright."
hipster.
And if it's good, I'll be like, oh shit.
Alright.
I don't think it's
missed out
that
on
popular anymore, is it?
No,
dress like a
Walking
hipster.
Dead.
It,
Yeah.
all right,
To a lot
here's-
of people, it
at
isn't,
all.
but
Here-
to me, it is.
Here's
I mean,
the
it was
thing though
pretty
with The
big a few
Walking
years
Dead.
ago.
It's it was up there with Game of Thrones at one point as like the most popular show.
when
on
Sneaking
cable.
came in.
But every season it drops, the ratings drop. But the thing is that the ratings were so high to begin with, even though the not nearly as many people
Yeah.
watch it, it still has what
Yeah.
would be considered pretty decent
It's
ratings
just
by
the
standards of
the
any show.
difference of what like the first season was to what the new season is now. Like
Mhm.
Mhm.
even though it is a zombie show, they do put a good amount of zombies throughout the season, but it's just more of the realistic point of view, just wanting to stay alive, because there are going to be different obstacles that you're going to have to be fighting for. Even though like zombies are out there, you still have different villains that are going to try to take away what you already have or what you're looking for. So that's where The Walking Dead does really good for me, because it's just like, I like the character development of all the characters that have been from season 1 to season now. Like you really do fall in love with them. Like
Do you feel I know you still watch it. opinions are mixed. Do you feel there's been a drop off in quality, or do you think it should have ended by now, or what's your take on that?
Honestly, I don't think it should have ended by now. The way I see it, and it's just like not kind of opinion wise, but still like when I do watch a show, anything, movie, show, like I do go with an open mind where there's still things I do critique about it. Like this is what they could do better. This is what they lack.
Yeah.
And to me, overall, just the storyline, aside from zombies, that's what everybody always expects from what a show is supposed to be. If it says Walking Dead, you already know it has to have zombies, you know? But aside from that, like I'm looking at it in a different show aspect where I'm actually paying attention to the story and what they're doing to survive. And like I said, just the growth from what first season was to what the new season now is like, you build a bond with those characters, you know. It's like any show anybody ever gets entertained with. Like even though people critique it, like if you find one sort of characteristic that binds you with that character, you're gonna watch it. And honestly, that's what The Walking Dead is for me.
I feel like the death of Glenn is what is when the viewership I think it seemed to
and overall
to mess with a lot.
But
of
that's
people.
honestly that's the first time AMC went out of their way to give the viewership something totally different. Like the way Glenn died and the way Abraham died, like you don't see that on TV, but AMC took that risk. And you already know everybody has their opinions. Nobody likes to see someone getting their head bashed in. But if you're a person that likes
I do.
That was the end for
somebody
me.
who
I was
sees that.
done after that.
See, and that's
I know a lot of
the
people
aspect of it's like the viewership, like you said, like people are gonna stay fans because they like the show because of what it stands for and what they.
But if
think
you like
of
a
it.
certain character, and that's one of the reasons you watch, you traumatize audiences when you brutalize. I gave up on The Walking Dead after a few seasons. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly,
I did see that episode. That was pretty shocking, especially for being on pay cable. The way that they took them out, I was like, wow, they really
and honestly, that's what
really
caught my
did that.
attention because it was something totally different and something that you never see in TV media, you know. So them taking that jump, and it's something that it attracts me. I love horror. I love thriller. Like I like, even though it's bad in real life, like seeing that in like movies, it's always entertaining.
it's good in movies because it's not real life.
Yeah.
When you see violence and I always try to separate that. I'm like, liking violence in real life
it's
and
just
a movie are two different things.
You
People
know?
get
like
them
if you do enjoy them both real life, then there's
it's
something.
called PCP.
So you're watching it right now?
Wait,
Nah.
isn't that little kid from Indiana Jones, the little Asian kid? Isn't he on that show?
The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
No. Oh,
Is he?
He would be pretty old by
Glenn?
now, wouldn't
Are you talking about Glenn?
he? Glenn would be too young.
No.
No? Okay.
That kid
No.
would be like pretty
No.
old now, right?
I guess.
And overall, you know, the
like
show's
40.
doing good. They did Fear the Walking
45.
Dead, and they have
Like
The
Glenn's
Walking
way
Dead
younger
Beyond
than that.
coming out. So
What do you think of the show, Richie?
I stopped after what season was it when they got into that one town? It was like Alexandria.
Oh, that's like season 6.
Yeah,
Season
I
6,
stopped
season
from
7.
there. It just got kind of repetitive to
Right?
me.
I don't know. Damn.
I feel like a lot of people, that's a complaint.
Like they would get to like a certain area, they think they're safe, gets overrun.
Yeah.
You gotta go to another area.
But every time it's something totally different.
Yeah,
Like,
but
it's the same scenario.
It's the same scenario, but you're
And
getting
then
something different.
one of the main
because
characters dies.
realistically, that's what happened. You escape a certain obstacle and you're like, okay, I'm safe. You get to a different place that seems like it's heaven on earth.
So just
but
I'm heaven on earth.
You are heaven on earth.
Hello, Heaven.
Now we're gonna
Nice
get
to meet you.
Heaven.
I know now.
So,
you just called the attention to you.
You seem pretty familiar with the show. What do you think about it ending, and do you think it should have ended a while ago?
I am glad that it's ending.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Josh.
No, honestly, the season that's ending, I agree with what
I haven't watched it since they killed off Glenn and Abraham because like that was like personal to me, and I was the same way with Orange Is the New Black when they killed off Poussey. Like I was like, oh wow, okay, well I'm done with that show now.
That was it.
So, yeah.
That was it.
So that's really like.
And it goes back to the Bond.
I think it
character.
should have ended then. I don't care about Rick, or Carl, or anyone
Well, Rick
else.
is
Like
gone
I was
now.
really personally
Rick.
offended
Well,
by.
my
See,
favorite
now that's how you
character
gotta
was
keep
Daryl.
watching.
No, I was really like I was hurt. Like it was like they killed one of my family members when they killed Glenn and Abraham. So I couldn't after that.
I know a lot of people just stopped after
See,
that.
Yeah,
so
they
they should have
did.
just stopped it right then.
But the people that got to watch it after that whole situation where they
But
didn't want to.
here's
have
another
loved
thing.
it.
I like
Yeah.
Shane.
All right. So I know some people. I know somebody else here too in the studio that also really likes The Walking Dead.
Guys look square.
I've heard mostly, I'm only said from like a lot of people who kept up with it. Other people who don't like where it's going, even if they followed it.
Yeah.
Even though they followed it. They didn't.
Yeah,
I
I
know
know
some
where they're
people who
going.
left- yeah.
I got a couple of things I want to say, but I'm not going to say it
Okay.
until it
And
happens.
did you ever watch it, Kim?
No.
The Walking Dead?
Mm-mm.
So you just were like,
Oh, I went to the Walking Dead on Maze at
How'd you like
Universal,
it?
and it was amazing.
close enough. Close enough.
It was
And
Has to
amazing.
do with the storyline.
You're like,
yeah.
I didn't watch it. I experienced it.
Yeah, one step ahead always,
up.
guys.
One step ahead.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I gave up on that show after a few seasons before
Mm,
Glenn and Abraham died
mm.
because it was already starting to seem a little bit repetitive to
Yeah.
me. But a lot of people love it. Like I said, I know that it doesn't have the same ratings, but the thing is, its ratings are still
Hi.
high. They're not low ratings at all.
So why are they ending it then?
I think this is just my thing because it's progressively it's at a point in its I guess the show is at a point where it's still popular, but the reality is that AMC knows that it gets less popular
Yeah.
every year.
Mm.
If they push it on too long, by the time the show ends, it's not going to have any
No.
audience, and it's
Well,
going to be an embarrassing send off.
Can I just
Yeah.
tell AMC if they'd stop killing off people that everyone loved, that it would do?
No,
it would do
they
well?
have to
the,
do
story,
it.
the storyline is good, but the thing is that they're branching off from what The Walking
Oh,
Dead already
and there's going to be a
is.
bunch
Like,
of spin-offs. Too.
Yeah, like right, they already have
That's
Fear the
outrageous.
Walking Dead, which
Why?
right now they're at season
There's gonna
7.
be a Rick movie.
There's
gonna-
7
yeah.
seasons
I
of Fear
heard
the
there's a
Walking
Rick
Dead.
movie.
Yeah, so
There's a
that
Rick
so you
movie.
already know
there's
that
7
there's-
seasons of that.
There's like no season 5. I see.
That's
season
still a
5 or
lot.
6.
Yeah, really,
but over that
honestly,
just
I thought
means
they were
in
like
there's an
season 2.
entertainment show,
AMC
and
has nothing else
and
anymore.
No, is
Oh,
it
they have.
TMC?
Ever
TMC is dropping Beyond the Walking Dead.
The Walking
Beyond.
Dead Beyond. There's going to be
Yeah.
several spin-offs. There's going to be
so
a Walking Dead movie with Rick
okay.
Grimes.
So that's the whole aspect, and people who
Is it
don't
gonna
watch
be-
it, you already know. The people that do know that Rick's
going
not
on right
there.
now?
Yeah,
He's not dead.
yeah, no, of course.
No. He just left the show. He just
Yeah.
left the show, but
And
he's
this
not
new
dead.
show is
He's not
supposed to
dead.
be going for what he's going through. The Walking Dead is
Mm.
going with what he left off. The new show is what it's going to go, and that's going to go towards
Stupid.
what the movie is. So it's like,
AMC's just holding on to its moneymaker.
Yeah.
I
Breaking
just
Bad's
feel
gone.
Hey.
and they're
Mad
doing
Man's
good.
gone.
They're doing good.
Breaking
AMC,
Bad
keep
and
doing what
Mad
you're
Men
doing.
ended, so they have nothing anymore.
Yeah.
Like you said, for a while they were the
Breaking
network
Bad-
that had
yeah.
like a bunch of hot shows. They've all expired, so all they have left is to milk The Walking Dead until they stumble upon to their next big hit.
What channel is Mayans on?
That's FX.
Oh, okay.
FX. So we're going to be coming to a close. So now you guys all know we here at Higher Passion Entertainment offer you so many different podcasts to get you going. But if you ever wondered how we produce these shows so fast and with dope quality, we work with our friends at Productive Culture. Productive Culture offers full service recording, mixing, mastering, and podcast production. If you guys want to get your podcast going, hit them up. Go to productiveculture.com/podcast and tell them Higher Passion Entertainment sent you, and you'll get a discount on your first episode. Plus, your referral helps us out, so don't forget to go to productiveculture.com/podcast. Go now. And let them know that Higher Passion Entertainment sent you. Check us out. We have all kinds of other podcasts besides this one. If you're more into superhero media, check out the Heroes and Mutants podcast that has me on there. Also has our good friend Josh here. If you're not into like movies and comic books, you're not into all that geeky crap, it's not your thing, you're more into sports, check out the Sports Dogs with Richie. And also, if you're more specifically into baseball, check out Four Balls.
Heaven?
And if none of those are your thing and you're a video game guy, then you need to check out the Quick Scope
We need to get
podcast.
you on that
And if you're not
podcast.
into that and you're more into like rap music, hip hop, R&B, check out the Rap Beats and Melodies
Hey,
podcast
Follow Mr.
hosted
Die Young
by
IG.
Stefan the Lethal Weapon.
I heard it got
Hey.
canceled.
We'll see you next. Oh yeah, I just wanted to mention something. Our podcast was slighted by the people on the Rap Beats and Rap Beats and Melodies podcast.
Hey.
What?
Those people.
Those people were trashing our ratings.
No
We're supposed to be
way.
teammates.
Those.
Wow.
Oh,
Whoa,
listen,
we
yo,
know.
we
Wow.
gotta
Well, I'm
go
glad
talk
that-
to this
well, I'm glad
after
the show got
podcast.
canceled.
A list of demands to collaborate with the Rap Beats and Melodies podcast. I'm insulted. I really am.
You guys are the one
But
that want to
anyways,
collaborate.
Check it out anyway. Watch the Rap Beats and Melodies podcast and tune into us next week.